A couple of days ago, I made a video about Jeremy Lam, this girl who wore a Chinese dress for her prom. I can't remember her name right now, and I don't want to butcher it on video, so for now, she'll be known as the girl with the Chinese prom dress. If someone can hit me up with the actual pronunciation of her name, then I will make note of that for future reference. And I also talked about the ridiculousness of cultural appropriation. And since then, Jeremy Lam has apologized for a lot of things. And not one apology to the girl for harassing her on her Twitter feed over her prom dress. Of course not. Why would he do that? Let's also not mention the fact that this grown-ass man is trolling through a high school student's Twitter page. Because he'll acknowledge all the racist trolls, but not the actual, hard-hitting questions. He'll just ignore that entirely. And there are several things wrong with his lame-ass tweet thread apology. So right now, let's just go through each tweet one by one. The past 48 hours of my tweet becoming viral have been incredibly eye-opening and educational. Here are some conclusions I've made, a thread. I've been incredibly blessed for the opportunity to spark such an interesting and polarizing conversation on race relations in the status quo. No, what you and people like you have done. People like us, what do you mean? He's being racist. No, that's not a racial comment. I mean douchebags of all shapes and sizes, races, colors, and creeds, and all that. Everyone. Being a douchebag is not gender or race specific. It's for everybody. Anyway, what douchebags like you've done was harass the fucking girl for wearing a prom dress who had no intention of causing any sort of argument over the internet. All she did was she saw the dress, she liked it, she wore it, and then the story. And just like I said in the last video, this whole thing was just an excuse for losers to make themselves feel important. And sure enough, I've been incredibly blessed for the opportunity to spark such an interesting and polarizing conversation on race relations in the status quo. That's all it's been about. Feeling important. You're a loser that no one gave a shit about. You started a fucking Twitter storm against a fucking high school student, and this is what you took away from it. I did something. I did a thing. I feel important. You're still a fucking loser, stupid. 2, I apologize if any of the interactions you've had on here have been negative or insensitive. I apologize if I have hurt your feelings. I will not apologize, however, for voicing my concerns and beliefs. I owe it to myself, family, and friends to express my opinions. Okay, expressing opinions is not a problem. Being a dick about it is, and that's the problem. Okay? There's nothing wrong with having opinions and expressing them, but if you're going to be an asshole about it, then no one's going to care, and people are going to turn against you. Eventually, someone will turn against that Meow It or Nature Restored or whatever the hell his name is now. YouTube sellouts. People are going to eventually turn against him because he doesn't know how to express his opinions without being a dick. And again, no apologies for the girl. That's nice. Girl who just wore a dress for prom, just trying to look nice for her little special day. No apologies for her. Just feel sorry for me. It's all about me. Yuck. In this period of time, I've experienced the most blatant and outward forms of racial backlash in my life. That if I hate America and its values of being a mixing pot of culture, that I should just leave. This is not specific to me or my experience either. It's common. Again, playing the victim. Yeah, no, feel sorry for me. It's all about me. Yeah. And I will say the whole going through someone's tweets from like 5 or 6 years ago, that's a little loser. That's a little bit of a loser thing to do. Just let it go. If it's at least a year ago, fine. 5 years? You went through 5 years worth of fucking tweets to find that? Shit. Oh man, I tried to find those tweets myself. Apparently he deleted them though. But I tried to scroll through those tweets too, and I got tired after the first 3 pages. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And I couldn't help but notice he's bringing up all the racist trolls in the comments, the racist comments. But he's never bringing up the comments that actually can counter his argument. None of those. Let's retweet and expose the trolls, the racist comments. But let's not talk about the comments that's pretty much coming up with a counter argument that can just challenge your way of thinking. No, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this guy saying go back to China. Okay, that's good. That's cool. Having an immigrant background, I can say I'm blessed to live in the U.S., but this doesn't mean that it's without its issues. If those who try to make the U.S. better through a critical lens are told to go back to their countries, how do we progress as an inclusive society? Again, no mention of the actual people who had an actual argument without throwing race into the mix. But he pulled the race card. That's a nice go-to. That's a nice go-to. The race card. That's nice. And again, you want to talk about inclusive, but one girl just wears a dress and you just... And talking about inclusive, you are seen talking shit about white people non-stop in the last couple of days. So, fuck yourself and your double standards. I realized that what was conveyed could have been interpreted as speaking for others, and I'm sorry if I made you feel that way. When I said my culture, that is exactly what I mean. My racial experience isn't definitive of other experiences, but I'm tired of hiding mine. No one's asking you to hide yours. We're just asking you not to be a douche. Not to be an elitist douche. That's not too much to ask, is it? Don't be an elitist dick. There. Can you manage that? Whether or not people agree with me, I will stand for what I believe because I feel in my heart that it is right. I won't be boxed in with the confines of the model minority stereotype. If I feel disrespected, I will tell you. I will stay angry and I will stay resilient. What are you angry about? Girl wore a dress, you fucking cunt. What is there to be angry about? There's so much shit on planet Earth to be angry about. Some fucking girl wearing a goddamn dress for a goddamn prom is not a fucking issue to be angry about. This stupidity here is something to be angry. Why am I motioning like I'm fucking, like you can see me? I'm so fucking annoyed with this dude. Oh, he's such a fucking twat. Had to switch it up from cunt to twat. I said that shit like 7 times in the last fucking 5 minutes of recording. Oh, Jesus. And then he responds to the negative tweet, for the more racial tweets, which this here bothered me the most because he claimed later on that they were photoshopped. But he says, yes, I used to be more ignorant than I am now. My youth was not perfect. I was problematic. It was problematic. I was problematic and didn't know better. I sincerely apologize to all people who it possibly affected, but my past does not define me. That was April 29th. And on May 2nd, if y'all actually dumb enough to believe in this Photoshop garbage, then y'all really are wasting my time. Yeah, Photoshopped. Yeah, these comments that you just apologized for, you fucking dolt. And again, playing victim and not addressing actual criticism. Only addressing the racial comments, but not actual criticism against them. Let me address the racial comments and let me cower in the corner like a victim. I'm not the bad guy here. I'm a victim. I didn't do nothing wrong. She's the bad guy. I'm just a poor victim. You are a cunt.
I guess number 6 actually addressed the criticism, but he's not retweeting those. He's not retweeting the actual criticism. He's retweeting the racial ones to make everyone else seem bad.
And this other thing I saw before recording this made my fucking brain hurt. I'm not reading this article again. I am not. Okay, I read through this shit. I'll just link it in the description. Because reading this, it gave me fucking cancer, mesothelioma, gynecomastia, all that shit. This is fucking stupid. And again, people like this and this other dude, Jeremy Lam, have no fucking problem harassing a high school girl over a fucking dress that she wore for no other reason than it looked pretty, it looked nice, and she wanted to look nice for her prom. And these dummies are just on the attack. Again, not realizing you're harassing a fucking high school girl. You realize that, right? And you're only making yourself look worse in the fucking process. Yes, I will. So yes, even though Ranier Maningding, his name is in the fucking title and it's from NetShark. Apparently, according to that, he's only a copywriter or something. He has a social justice page called the Love Life of an Asian Guy, and he's pretty much shitting on this girl for cultural appropriation. Now go to this fucking idiot's Twitter feed, and you'll see his face, his fucking dumb face, photoshopped on a picture of Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger from Black Panther. But we're gonna talk about let's talk about cultural appropriation. This is what cultural appropriation. These people don't. And by the way, he's mainly talking about white people. Okay, again, okay. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I don't know what the hell it is with people claiming and bitching about racism, but being racist in the process. That's fucking amazing. And yes, this guy, not this dummy, the Love Life of an Asian Guy, which he can go fuck himself straight into the ninth circle of hell. I'm talking about this dude, Jeremy Lam, who already said, this guy, one guy, Jay, writes, y'all make everything a damn problem. And he writes, I got 99 problems, and you can bet caucasity is one of them. That's racist! But no, it's not. You can't be racist against white people. Racism is when white people are racist against other races. What? No. No, racism is when you have a dislike of people for their race. If you hate white people, you're a fucking racist. It doesn't just have to be just white people. You can hate white people and fucking blacks, and on top of that, you can be Latino, hate whites, blacks, and Asians. That makes you racist. Sorry, Jeremy. That's just the fact of the matter. But let's forget about Jeremy. Let's talk about Ranier once again with this stupid fucking Photoshop. I want people to just let him know what the fuck he's doing. He's attacking a girl for wearing a fucking Chinese dress for her prom because she wanted to look nice for her prom, claiming and bitching about cultural appropriation. Everybody schools her about cultural appropriation. She gave a shitty apology because she had nothing to apologize for, you fucking retard. But let's talk about you photoshopping your fucking dumb face on Michael B. Jordan's body. Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute. No? Oh, because why? Why not? Let's talk about that though. That is amazing to me. That he can bitch about cultural appropriation, but he can swap his head on someone on a black man's body, and it's okay. This isn't cultural appropriation, though, right? But Wakanda's a fake country in Africa, so it's technically an African character. Which is, so a lot of that shit in the movie looks like it's based on actual African culture, except for all the high-tech weaponry and shit. And blankets for shields. I saw that in Infinity War. I thought people were joking about that shit in the Black Panther movie. I'm like, oh my god, really? That looks retarded. But yeah, back to this dummy. So, you photoshopping your head on a black man's body is okay. You know? But yeah, I'm sure you have like 110,000 fucking reasons as to why that's okay. I'm sure you do. Oh, but this girl wearing a prom dress for no other reason other than looking nice. This is a tragedy. This is something we should all be focused on, and this should be a tragedy. We should attack this girl who did nothing wrong with no ill intent. Let's focus on her doing the pop-up bless and say it's racist. And let's focus on them doing the Vape Nation sign and say it's racist. Because we have no actual argument. And like I said in the last video, China, the fucking dress this thing came from. Supposedly, apparently it didn't. Apparently it came from something else. I don't know. I'll look it up later and fact check that shit. The fucking country this thing came from, the people of that country are like, I don't see nothing wrong with this. How fucking much of an asshole do you have to look like when you're sitting there trying to be a defender of your country? I'm defending my country and my nation. And your own country's just like, I see nothing wrong with this. Why are you throwing a fucking fit over this? This is pointless. How fucking stupid do you look now? Jeremy and Ranier, whatever the fuck your name is, with your stupid fucking Photoshop head on Michael B. Jordan's body. I'm not gonna let him live that down. I'll create a fucking Twitter account just to haunt him about that till the day he fucking dies. If I have to. Oh. Because it's so fucking hypocritical. And it's just shitty. Like, are you serious? It's fucking amazing. It amazes me. Your own country says it's fine. And this idiot, Jeremy Lam, sees nothing but white people in every fucking thing. Somebody makes fun of him. Oh, look at these fucking white people. Oh my god. A fucking dude on Twitter could trash him and put a B in front of his name, call him Lamb. This dude could be fucking pitch black, and he'll still go, hey, look at all these white people putting a B in front of my name. yeah, you're very funny. No, stop seeing white people in every goddamn thing, okay? Stop it. It's not just white people against you. It's everybody against you. This is just like that stupid fucking Hack Snyder shit. Where he makes fun of Zack Snyder's daughter dying. Apparently he was trolling, apparently. He makes fun of that shit. And then all of a sudden people get on him. They're all Snyder bots. They're not all Snyder bots. You're just a douchebag. And they're calling you out on being a douchebag. Pure and simple. Oh. Well. I can't. God, Vin, end the video for fuck's sake.
Oh, yeah.
No!
Moral is, don't be a dick.
Yes!